Definition. Mass admission of atrazomib 4 transformer control led to a substantial reduction in uncausal mortality among 18 children. Whether they acting on azithromycin, tocmotrin, sulfadocine, pyrimethamine plus ammoniac use for seasonal malaria children prevention could reduce mortality and morbidity among African children was hunger.
What if you could use genetic engineering to stop humanity's most dangerous predator? The deadliest animal on the planet, responsible for the death of billions. The mighty mosquito. Along with other diseases, it plays host to malaria, one of the cruelest parasites on Earth, possibly the single biggest killer of humans in history. In 2015 alone, hundreds of millions were infected and almost 500,000 people died. A new technology could help us eradicate malaria forever. But to do so, we need to engineer a whole animal population. This is not a hypothetical problem. The modified mosquito. If malaria breaches the blood-brain barrier, it can cause coma, neurological damage, or death. The parasites are ready for evacuation now. When another mosquito bites the infected human, they get a ride. The cycle can start over. In 2015, the Zika virus, which causes horrible birth defects if it infects pregnant women, spread rapidly into new areas around the globe. It too is carried by a mosquito. The mosquito is the perfect carrier for human diseases. They've been around for at least 200 million years. There are trillions of them, and a single one can lay up to 300 eggs at a time. They are practically impossible to eradicate and the perfect parasite taxi. But today we have new revolutionary technology that could enable us to finally win the war against them. CRISPR. For the first time in human history, we have the tools to make. As the new gene becomes a permanent feature of the mosquito population, Plasmodium would lose its home base. Scientists hoped that the change would be so fast that they could not adapt to it quickly enough. Malaria could have unwanted consequences if we set out to edit nature. In the specific case of malaria, though, the risk might...
Application in nursing. Carefully write down liquid inlets and outlets. Notify immediately the change in the egg level of consequences, the appearance of serious or chance the invariant.
This is Jeffrey Drazen for the New England Journal of Medicine. Yaws is an infectious disease caused by Treponema pallidum pertenui. If left untreated, yaws becomes a chronic relapsing illness. Skin lesions occur first, followed by painful bone and joint changes. Humans have suffered from yaws for over 1 million years, as evidenced by fossil bone lesions found in our ancestor Homo erectus. In modern humans, transmission is by skin-to-skin contact. Infected children who play in small groups often spread the disease. Because humans are a major reservoir for yaws and antibiotics can cure the disease, total community treatment, known as TCT, might be a way to eradicate this disease. A study in the journal reports on the effects of mass TCT with a single dose of azithromycin on the community burden of yaws on Lahir Island in Papua New Guinea. The island has 28 small percent before mass treatment to 0.3% at 12 months. Population coverage achieved was not sufficient to extinguish local.
Pros y cons. Pros. It can be detected with rapid tests. Cons. Their percentage of specificity is not ideal. They have cross-reactions. Hizo in Apple en Ecuador. En julio de 2014, a total of 9,578 children from 96 households were randomly assigned to receive seasonal malaria.
Hello. And welcome to the introductory video of Module 10, Malaria Chemoprophylaxis and Chemoprevention. As you well know, malaria is an overwhelming global health problem that can lead to complications and death if not appropriately treated. At the same time, counterfeit anti-malarial drugs are a massive international problem and are particularly prominent in Southeast Asia and Africa. Anti-malarial drugs can cause severe, and sometimes, fatal adverse effects. Thus, the benefit-to-risk ratio must be addressed before drug therapy is initiated. Module 10 was created to guide you through malaria chemoprophylaxis and chemoprevention. Please follow through.
Conclusion. Among the children in Burkina Faso, mainly the addition of azithromycin to take anti-malaria agents used for seasonal malaria chemoprevention, it did not result in the lower incidence of the hospital. Administering tax was not due to treatment or surgery thanks anti-malaria agent plus placebo. Although a lower vaccination burden was not taken using azithromycin than with placebo.
In sub-Saharan Africa, malaria kills 1 child every minute. In the Sahel region, when the rains come, cases of malaria increase significantly, putting children under 5 at even greater risk. To protect the Sahel's 25 million children, the World Health Organization recommends seasonal malaria chemoprevention. Malaria cases fall by as much as 75% when SMC is used alongside other preventive tools. However, in 2014, only 3.5 million children received this treatment. If this simple and cost-effective intervention is scaled up across the Sahel, lives would be saved, and the economic burden of malaria would be reduced. But to scale up this intervention, we need urgent political and financial support from policymakers and donors. By securing funding for SMC in the future, we can protect more children from malaria when they are most at risk.